Alright, here we go. We have, this is round 1 of Fedcomp's mini-tourney between Team SUHPRIZE on the upper left-hand corner, in the green team, between which is Turkleton and Broadside, and Team ragequit on the bottom right-hand corner, which is Akroz and TheDodi, and we are here on Chasm. So, there's a lot of base defense actually out for green, which is not as typical for high-level matches. However, Chasm is one of the more common maps to have base defense in the higher level matches, simply because every single side is open. It's really susceptible to getting ninja'd, etc., etc. Looks like Broadside and Turkleton are just finishing up what their plans are. Turkleton is putting down moneymakers. Oh, and Akroz and TheDodi are going straight for the bottom left, but they don't know that Broad and Turkleton are both there. And Turkleton is there to respond along with Broadside. Akroz gets away, and TheDodi also gets away, and that is a failed cheese right there. Very unfortunate that they got to that Broad and Turkleton were there right when TheDodi and Akroz showed up. Now TheDodi is starting to push mid, along with Akroz, but Turkleton drops behind, and with Broadside, and they are tearing up these armadillos with the help of the neutrals.
First blood.
Now Broadside, there's a lot of artillery here firing in for green, and blue has a lot of armadillos. They have lost a couple, especially to that attack just now earlier. And Broadside did do a quick scout on the top to see how much defense there was on blue's top, which is sort of minimal. Broadside is taking jackals to neutralize their bottom base, but it is going straight for the moneymakers instead. And TheDodi will take care of this. Now Broadside and Turkleton moving their forces up. They have artillery here. They have cleared out all the neutrals on their side of mid, and they almost have taken mid. However, there are units on both sides, and it will be a little while before anyone has firm control of mid. TheDodi coming up with a couple more infantry. Will not really be able to completely take it, obviously. There are so many blue units really close to mid, but these green artillery are firing in. They have repositioned them. There are no jammers down for blue, and these arties are just raining down on these armadillos. Even though blue has taken mid, there will not be many chances for blue to keep it, because there are so many green units over there. There is a lot of defensive spam. Oh, and Akroz goes down to Broadside. And it does go back down to neutral. And there are a lot of green infantry coming in. It will get shot down fairly quickly by all these blue armadillo. Will these artillery be able to take anything out in time? There is a healer here. It looks like Fixer. So it does go back down to neutral. Blue has 4 lights up, and they do take mid. These artillery are out of the way now, and now it is just going back and forth. Turkleton did go down to, I think, armadillos there. And TheDodi is doing some boomer harass here. He is taking out moneymakers. Those boomers do not take out a moneymaker in one shot, though. You do have to support either two boomers or drop down and finish him off. And he does not finish off that last moneymaker. Broadside does take down Akroz one more time, and then the mid just is staying neutral. It's going up and it's going down. Now it is still in blue's control, and they do have a lot of armadillos on this side of mid. Are they just shifting them over? Yes, they are. They did pull a couple out of mid because they have been able to take control more. But Turkleton and Broadside do have a lot of units sitting right here next to the mid base. And TheDodi dropping some infantry up here, but Broadside quick to respond. He drops 2 armadillos and starts to attack Dodi, driving him away, and these infantry will not be able to take anything away from green. One light is down, but that will be quickly replaced by creeps. Akroz dropping a lot of infantry along with his creeps, and now it does go back to blue. Blue is missing a lot of units here. That a lot of them have been taken out by green. It goes back down to neutral, and now Broadside is starting to ferry his units on the other side of mid right now. There are 2 lights up for green. They will eventually get this with those creeps coming up. It does go to green, and now will they be able to start getting their units on the other side of this chasm? There are a lot here. There is a longhorn, an armadillo, and a hat with a lot of patchers, and there is nothing but armadillos here to help out. Turkleton almost going down there, but he does get back in time. There are a grinder goes down, and blue's units are being just ripped to shreds. And green now has a pretty good foothold on mid. Akroz trying to take out whatever grinder he can, but he is in danger here a little bit. He does back out, and he will get back to his base in time. Brings out another grinder. There are a lot of units on the green side of the chasm, and there is going to have to be a hard push from blue to be able to take this back. Now, Dodi did go down a broadside just there, and there are a lot of units on green side. Now, not much has changed now, and there are still a lot of green units here. Blue has a pretty sizable force right here. They have a lot of armadillos and a lot of seekers, but that just will not stand up to the grinders and the couple longhorns that they have over here for green. Broadside doing a quick scout, looking at the front door, and the front door is pretty wide open. Akroz coming over to check on his own defenses. Dodi now with bombing runs. He is going to do some cloak bombing runs, but there is such a good spread right now for green that these bombing runs are going to be minimally effective. And especially with all of these healing units, he does take down a patcher, so the healing units will not be, there will be a little bit less healing units, but he still has 2 bombs in queue. 1 bomb, he is bringing another one over. That did not look like it hit very much. That one does take out another patcher. This artillery right here is smoking, but Broadside does pick it up to heal it. Now there is a pretty sizable tank push coming for the front door for green. And there are a lot of grinders here to defend for blue, so this does seem like it will be a failed tank push. And they are not dividing their attention at all, so they will not be trying to maybe cap top with this distraction as a distraction. Blue is taking some significant damage, however. There is about maybe, I don't know, 15 to 20% of their life gone. There are a lot of grinders here for green. More grinders coming out for blue, and Akroz shooting the rockets out. Now Turkleton with the grinder coming up to the top is going to drop it. It will take out this Seeker. Broadside here to support. Dodi dropping some armadillos here, and those will just melt to this grinder and longhorn combo with a patcher to support. Akroz replacing the generator, and now 2 grinders are going face off, so those should both eventually go down pretty quickly. And Turkleton with some boomers here. And he's going to try to go for the base. He's going to try to go for the outpost, but they go for the generator and only take out 1 bulb, and which gets replaced immediately by the bunkered infantry. And Akroz here healing the grinder that was taking direct attack from the other grinder. And Akroz taking out Broadside with those rockets and trying to finish off the tanks that he dropped. Turkleton here just to distract. He does get EMP'd. Will he be able to get away from this? Is Akroz going to shoot rockets at him? Yes. And Dodi is a Neo. But Turkleton is cloaked, and they do not know where he is. He does uncloak. Will they be able to get him? Akroz does finish him off. And Akroz and Dodi shooting into this cluster of units. There is a grinder for each team here, and there's only one grinder left for blue, and Broadside does take that other one. Now blue is starting to move up their units. Dodi with saving that grinder, and blue has been able to thwart green's assault for the most part in the last few minutes. Now there is 2 versus 1 grinder, and one was hitting the back. It did take that blue grinder down, and Dodi does go down to Turkleton just now. They are bringing out a jammer. Will they have another one out to be able to block this? There is actually no artillery out here. They have a jammer for nothing. They don't... Oh my. Ragequit has no artillery in their loadout. I do not believe that. That's pretty unorthodox. And Dodi does take down Broadside. He does get a little overextended and gets shot down by that Neo. Dodi does drop that grinder before he gets taken out, and there are 2 grinders there smashing a hat. Will a hat be able to survive? Turkleton does pick it up, and now the grinders are going straight for more stuff. It does take down a Longhorn. Akroz shooting his rockets into it, takes down another Longhorn with the help of that grinder, and Turkleton is just shooting whatever he can just to save, but it is not going to really do much Neo against grinders. He tries to save that unit, but he does not. He drops the grinder, which will take care of that other one. Dodi shooting a grinder from behind, will probably not be saved. Yes, it will go down. Akroz replacing a moneymaker. He has 3 more in queue. He will probably try to replace some generators at top. And Turkleton now coming with another grinder drop is trying to clear the bridge. They are gonna change their focus to the top once that bridge does get cleared, because creeps will start to go through, and they will be able to send a push through. There are not very many units left here for green on this side of the chasm. They have taken out most of them. A big help to in big part to a lot of grinder drops and Akroz's rockets with support as support. So Turkleton is checking some stuff out. Right now Akroz does see that they did clear the bridge with that grinder, so now they are in a little bit of trouble. Akroz is shooting the grinder from the front, which is not taking as much damage with the rockets, and Turkleton does save it. Broadside. Akroz almost taken down by Broadside. But look, Dodi is doing a cloak ninja drop here. He has dropped 2 armadillos to take down that Longhorn, or to take down that moneymaker. And Turkleton and Broadside both are coming back to respond. That moneymaker did go down, but these armadillos will go down to Broadside's melee. Big force coming up here for green. They are going to send it over the bridge, and they will probably be able to take the top for green, for blue. And there are 4 Goliaths here with a lot of seekers and healing units in support. There is a grinder up here to protect from the front of the bridge. They will not be able to drop a grinder to block. Do they see this push? Do they see this push? Dodi definitely sees it now, and there are a lot of grinders in queue for Dodi. Akroz has 1 in queue. No, just had it in his cargo, and they are using it. They were not able to block off the bridge. They just have a big line of grinders right here. But look, it seems like they aren't going for capture. They are going straight for attack. Turkleton with more boomer harass. And Akroz trying to deal with this. A lot of the grinders are taking a lot of heavy fire from the goalies. There are so many Goliaths here with a lot of healing units and support. These grinders are not going to be able to stop all of them. Akroz shooting in his rockets. They do take down one of the goalies. However, Turkleton is doing a very good job splitting their attention and trying to get this bottom away from blue. And Broadside here shooting, slashing up. Wow, there are a lot more grinders than before, and they do take out that push, but there are too many grinders here, and it looks like blue is in deep trouble. And they do get that this base is neutralized. It looks like green will be able to take it. Turkleton coming probably with no, does not have more infantry. Has hats in queue. These creeps are These creeps are not going to be able to make it. Oh no, the more infantry gets dropped for blue. They do retake the base. Will they be able to hold? Will they be able to hold? There is no units left there for blue. Turkleton is bringing some hats over. Akroz did take down Broadside in that whole exchange. And blue is trying to reinforce. They're doing what they can to reinforce. It's so hard because they're taking so much pressure from green. Green will not let up the pressure. There's still another grinder here. Broadside saving this grinder. And blue does look like they are getting pretty good defense off. There is only one grinder here, but it does go back down to neutral. Green has 3 lights up, 2 lights up, 1 light up, 2 again. And is Turkleton bringing more infantry? He is bringing more probes. This does go to green. It will go back down pretty quickly. There are 2 armadillos here. Akroz bringing some high-level creeps here. And Akroz does go down to Turkleton. This is still under green's control. These armadillos are shooting at it. 2 goalies get dropped down. And a hat gets dropped on a pad. Dodi is trying to neutralize the base as much. Oh, but he has to cloak. He's trying to get away. He does get taken down by Turkleton. And this is now going to be under green's control. There are 3 Goliaths here and 2 hats. That is going to be too hard for blue to come back from, especially with their economy. Dodi, however, does have 27,000 credits. He only has 1 grinder in queue. He needs to start building so they can try to make a comeback, although it is looking pretty grim. There are 5 grinders just sitting here for blue, and Turkleton does drop with the EMP and shoots him up. Dodi is trying to protect. Turkleton flies away. Broadside doing a quick scout here. And Turkleton as well. There are a lot of grinders here still. Grinder everywhere. And nothing but grinders. There is nothing but grinders here. Obviously something needs to change. But right now it is grinder love. Grinders going against each other. And that's all anyone's queuing up, to be honest. No more goalies being queued up. The 3 goalies here are being sent. Broadside links them to that first goalie. Links the patchers to the first goalie. Dodi drops a grinder next to this artillery, and Broadside quickly picks them up and brings them over down to the next ledge. And the grinder will not be able to get to it. The goalies are coming. These grinders here will probably take them out pretty quickly. Too many Goliaths. There are the blue grinders are trying to keep up, but the healing units are keeping Goliaths alive. Dodi bringing grinders down from top as they are very aware that their main is way more vulnerable than their top. And Turkleton cloaking, going up to the top. And he will drop it to take down more moneymakers and generators. Broadside coming with 2 armadillos here. However, Akroz is here to meet him. He will see this, and Dodi is also here. There are 2 grinders here and 1 armadillo for green left. There are a lot of armadillos for blue. Actually, there are much less now. The grinders are doing their job. Armadillos do very little damage against grinders, as they do medium damage. So they only have 10% of their shots, of their DPS being inflicted on the grinders at a time. Now this base was able to be retaken by blue. There are a lot of level 4 creeps here, or level 3 creeps here for green, and they do take the base back. Broadside will secure them in these bunkers. This base does go neutral. Green has 2 bulbs in. However, Turkleton does go down, and Dodi is bringing more infantry up. Broadside dropping for more harass. He does take down a moneymaker. He is slashing away, tries to get out of there, and he does. Akroz and Dodi trying desperately to retake this top base. They do, however, there's only 1 armadillo. Now he drops another. Not too much base defense left. Turkleton is coming back with probes, but the base does get retaken by blue, so these probes will do nothing. Broadside just slashing, just doing whatever DPS he can with the credits that is available to him, which is little, and does get taken down by Akroz. If I were green, I would start trying to mass up more Goliaths and just have grinders in protection. Well, what the hell do I know? Broadside is down. Turkleton's the only one here to hold this. He has moneymakers queued up. He only has a hat here, except for that grinder to take frontal damage from that other grinder. He does bring it up to heal, so it will eventually win the war. But these level 3 creeps are, level 4 creeps by now are very strong against AirMechs. And he does have to retreat very briefly to stay alive. Broadside is back. But Ragequit has a lot of armadillos coming up here. And let's see if they can retake this. Armadillos will not do much damage to Goliaths or to grinders, so this seems like it might not be very successful. We do have a stray tank over here because of the capture pathing. Kind of messes up sometimes. Dodi bringing infantry back here, doing anything he can, but those infantry will just go down very quickly and will not be able to provide distraction for the most part at all. But Dodi is doing a stealth scout and does see that there is very little at their front door. There is just 1 tank, 1 Longhorn, and 1 Seeker. This base is under attack from Akroz. He will go down to Turkleton here, but they do manage to neutralize it. Will Dodi be able to capitalize? He is queuing up runners, but Turkleton is just quickly grabbing creeps, whatever creeps he can. No, he grabs a tank. He is setting that to capture, and he is setting another tank to capture. Dodi has to deal with this. He is not able to bring his probes over. Broadside is just ripping it up here and is looking to take down Dodi, and he does. He does. Akroz is back, but not in time to save his teammate. Now we have 2 grinders here for blue. They are going to take down more moneymakers, and this is for green. And this is just looking very bad for blue. They wouldn't even be able to turtle up at this point. However, that probably wasn't their plan, because they would have already if they were trying to do that. This is a tournament, play to win, which is what they were doing. And both green players are up here to try to take this base. There are a lot of creeps that have that they brought to help them, and it does get neutralized. But those creeps will go down to those armadillos. Turkleton with the probes. He does manage to get 3 in. Will he be able to get the last one in before the bulb goes down? No, he does not. They almost had that base. But it does look like it will go back to blue eventually. Now there is a big push coming up here for green. They have 5 goalies and nothing to defend for blue here. Do they have any grinders queued up? They do not. So Broadside is here with 5 Goliaths. Here to, with 6 Goliaths here to finish off blue. There is even a patcher here to help. Broadside does go down to Akroz before he gets back to base, but it looks like it is too late. These Goliaths dealing massive damage on this base, and it does look like Dodi does call the GG, and Broadside said it was well played. Very good victory for green. Team Surprise takes the first game in this match. Stay tuned for game 2. This is REY. That was game. See you next time.